So, Miss Abrams, on this case, you said BTC did not accept him.
Correct. As felony drug court also did not.
All right. So, alternate amending, and again, what are we doing?
Adding moral
MRT.
MRT. I don't remember what the R stands for. And
Or recognition.
thank
there.
you. Yes, Judge. And the a TAP evaluation follow recommendation.
Probation. Anything else? So, when will the tap be done? How many weeks do you think it will be? Out of custody, you think? All right, Norma, can I have a 4-week reset for an update on his tap eval? All
June
right.
8th. June 8th.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do. Ms. Abrams, I will go ahead and agree to sign the motion to withdraw. The only alternate amendment I'm going to do today is the alternate amend for TAP. Because I think once I see the TAP evaluation, it'll tell me if MRT and all of these other things are necessary. Are you okay with that, Ms. Abrams? All right, that's what we'll do. And counsel, if you'll stay on the case and be back on June 8th so we can see what's happening with the TAP evaluation.
Yes, Judge. And just to be fully transparent, I am here filling in for Kyle Simpson. This is his client, so it may be him, but if that's okay with you.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'll be here.
All right, thank you.
Hello. Good to see you.
Hi. So what's happening with this?
We think it might be dismissed, but the state is asking for 30 days.
State, Briannis, are you requiring something from them? Or you? She said she think you don't think they dismissed.
Yes, that's right. We're gonna reset to because I think she has the misdemeanor as well.
Yes, she has a misdemeanor MTR pending next week. So,
Okay. And so,
And I think the resolution of the MTR will resolve this case as well.
all right. And are you on the MTR?
yes,
All right. And you say that's next week?
yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a reset date in 2 weeks. All right, May 21st.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, do you need to approach on Marina?
14, maybe to dismiss this case. I don't know if we can just
Okay.
get
let
that
me-
reset. Maybe recall at the end of next week to do that. Should be able to do
Oh,
this.
sure. So, are you retained or you're?
I'm retained, yes.
Okay. All right. Can you make sure your name is in the system because?
I made sure this morning that it got filed. I don't know why it was there.
All right, because they keep putting.
Yeah.
And you say next week?
I'll have to just arrange it with Jake, but
All right, Norma, if you can recall this in 3 weeks for disposition. Do they have a motion?
I have a motion. Brandon,
It's all the same client, Judge.
she's got the pieces all from the same day. She has been on GPS since November of 2025. We are asking to remove it. State is silent on the removal. If you are opposed to removal, we are asking for tracking, which may not be on there, but state is in agreement for tracking.
All right. The court will agree to tracking. And then you set the hearing, and if your client is here, I'll do something, maybe do something else, but I need her present.
Gotta have a hearing. Okay.
Yes.
Email for a hearing then.
So, yes, so I'll do tracking for now.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then if you are asking for removal, I'll need to have her here.
Okay. But if she's fine with tracking for now, we don't need a hearing.
No.
Okay. Just checking, making sure I'm on the. Hey, Brandon.
And she's not paying fees, is she?
I am not gonna lie to you, I don't know, but we would
I'll
love
just
them
put-
waived.
I'll put waive fees in there, just in case.
Thank you, Judge.
Hello. So where are we on discovery?
I reviewed discovery, Judge. We are having. I requested surveillance in the Walmart loss prevention report. I did give a tentative offer, so I would ask for a reset.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, set this for a plea deadline date in 30 days, please. All right, June 8th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
And can I request June 9th? June 7th is my birthday. I'm not in town June 8th.
Norma, he says June 8th is not a good day.
Yes.
All right, see you on June 9th. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Plea deadline date. Okay, on this one, we need to have a hearing and there needs to be evidence presented. And on this one, have they conferred with the state? And see if the state has any objections. Sonia Haga? Oh, she doesn't have to come up if you don't want her up.
You want her up?
No. We're fine.
I'm going to follow my show.
Okay. All right, Norma, recall this for 60 days and we'll see where we are. What date? Right. Court is calling 2023 CR 10135 State versus Adam Gonzalez. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record? All right, the parties announce.
Want to get a check for the state?
Orlando Gosnell for defense.
All right, and are you Mr. Adam Gonzalez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense has filed a motion asking that a bond be set.
And I believe,
Just one moment.
I don't think we listed the entire amount.
All right, so is he on deferred adjudication?
He is, Judge.
All right, the docket shows that he's not on deferred. It shows that he's on regular probation.
My understanding is going to defer.
Oh, he's on regular probation.
He's on regular probation?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then that was my mistake. I thought he was on defer.
Oh, no problem. But yes. So, all right, this judgment is incorrect. All right, so the judgment needs to be corrected, but he's on community supervision, 10 with a 10 underlying.
Okay.
So if y'all will step back, the judgment needs to get corrected, and then we'll see where we are with regards to bond. Thank you. All right, and on the motion to modify bond, was there an agreement?
There's an agreement to part of it, and then an opposition to the other part. There's agreement to allowing. My client's mother is going through chemotherapy. She put the dates in there, and the state is an agreement that I guess she's weak when she comes back from that, so she wants him to drive her. As long as they provide proof, and we will provide documentation at pretrial for those appointments. They're Fridays for the next 5 weeks.
Okay, and what's the issue with going to school?
So
Judge.
Good afternoon. So what's the update?
So it's a status conference, Judge. I've conferred with the state and my client. We weren't able to come to an agreement.
Well, no, I thought we were here on this docket. It said there's an update on the evaluation.
There has not been an evaluation.
Okay,
So I think
that's there.
I think because somebody, you know how, I don't know if it's the MAC or somebody puts in those things. I mean, I've had to go down to the mental PAG court when I've never even put a motion in and try to figure out how we got there.
Yeah.
So I've conferred with my client. I verified that he's a copacetic judge.
Okay.
So
you have all discovery
I do.
and an offer was tendered?
It was tendered.
All right. Lee Saldana, if you're called, sir, please. And counsel, if you could get an acknowledgement of discovery. State, if you could do an acknowledgement of discovery on Lee Saldana. Hello, Mr. Saldana. How you doing? Oh, have you been to the infirmary?
Yeah, they know about my arthritis.
Okay. All right. This is what we're going to do. We're going to recall you back, and it's going to be for a plea deadline date. How much time are you asking for a plea deadline date, counsel?
I guess let's do 30 days, Judge.
All right, Norma, if you can give me a 30-day reset for a plea deadline date. All right, so we'll have you back on June 8th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you've reached an agreement with the state. If you have not, your next court date will be a quick turnaround for jury trial. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 10135 State versus Adam Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced?
PD Jones for the state.
Related custody.
And are you Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Defense, you filed a motion to set bond on the motion to revoke community supervision.
Yes.
All right. You may proceed.
Judge, my client is asking that he be allowed to make a bond on the motion to revoke. He has some affairs that he needs to attend to, and we're just requesting that you set bond. The previous amount was $10,000.
State.
Yes, Your Honor. My understanding, and I am trying to pull it up, but Odyssey is being difficult. My understanding is that right now he is remanded without bond. He is not entitled to a bond as this is not a deferred adjudication probation. Additionally, one of the allegations in the motion to revoke probation is not reporting, and I believe it was not reporting for over a year. So the state does believe that this defendant is a flight risk. Additionally, while on probation, the defendant picked up any number 1 for assault against the same victim that is alleged in the case he's on probation for. Further, he does have another case out there for assault deadly weapon, although that case is being filed at large. That is also with the same victim. So not only is this defendant a flight risk, but he is a danger to this victim and potentially to the rest of the community, Your Honor. And so the state's asking that the court remand him without bond.
All right. So with regards to the new law, with regards to setting bonds, if the state is able to present to the court evidence of a prior assault and also or prior violence against the same alleged complainant, then he's denied bond.
Well, Judge, in regards to that, I believe that he's currently on motion to revoke. He's on probation for a nonviolent offense.
And just a very brief response, Your Honor. That is correct. However, if it is for unlawful possession of a firearm by felon, however, if you look at the stipulations which the defendant stipulated to, there is family violence alleged in that with this victim, including with the weapon.
All right. Does anyone have the stipulations? I do see as a part of the court's orders there was a no contact order against someone.
I believe that is in the clerk's notes.
Yes, Your Honor. I can print them if Your Honor will give me just a moment.
Your Honor, do you have permission to speak?
Oh, you may want to speak to your attorney before you speak. Counsel, if you want to have the court accept whatever evidence is presented and then recall this for next week for you to bring whatever evidence, if your client wants evidence brought in, I won't issue a ruling today.
Yes, Judge.
All right. So then what and state at that time if you'll have the stipulations.
Yes.
And then what we'll do, what I can tell parties though, since state you're asking that the court deny him a bond, everybody needs to have whatever witnesses they have because the rules of, even though the law has changed. The rules of evidence and what the rules apply to has not changed. So denying a bond, increasing a bond, the rules of evidence still apply.
And Your Honor, just so I understand, my understanding is that he's currently remanded without bond. So the state's
Yes.
not asking to increase the bond or anything. It's defense's motion to reduce the bond or to set bond. And
Well,
so
when they are remanded without bond, that is only for a limited time. And the court does that for them to come back in court is entitled for a bond. Now, if you're saying, Judge, we're not going to ask that he be denied the right to have a bond, we're fine with the bond being set, that's something completely different. But if you as the state is going to say, I don't want him to have a bond, then the rules of evidence apply.
sure, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So when will people be able to have their witnesses? If you talk to Ms. Ferguson, and we'll bring everybody in. Now, mind you, if everybody's gonna proceed, and by everybody I mean state and defense, if y'all gonna proceed like the rules of evidence don't apply, then y'all won't need any witnesses.
Judge.
And I'm assuming people are gonna proceed as though the rules of evidence do apply.
Yes.
Okay. So if y'all talk to Ms. Ferguson for when y'all need this set, but it'll have to be next week because if it's gonna be a contested hearing, I'll give you all 20 days to prepare for a contested.